All right, hello everyone. I think I am on. This is Steve Priest here from the home office. We are here at the North Dakota State Championship right now at Spirit Lake Casino in Devil's Lake. We are down to about 40-ish players with the top 18 qualifying. The top four get paid and travel money. So we're going to come do this live stream here just to kind of get geared up for nationals coming up in January. For those of you who are a league champ or a TOC winner, you have automatically qualified. If you qualified at state, four or two, if you were in this two pair better scratch draw, and there was 40 winners from that. Multiple ways to qualify. Once again, nationals will begin on Thursday, January 4th at the Golden Nugget Casino in Las Vegas, with the flights and qualifiers going all the way through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and the Sunday championship on Sunday, January 7th. I have no idea. Ask the table. Okay, so we're still figuring it out here. They're looking who had the button last, because we moved this table over to the featured table. So the players are going to have to figure that out based on a memory. So anyway, as I was saying, Sunday is the main event on Sunday, January 7th, where $100,000 in total cash and prizes will be awarded. So it's anyone's ball game. That's the amount of money that will be there, and it's up to you guys as the players to determine who wins that or who can get their hands on it. So while we have a little time to kill here, I'll just kind of go through all the players right now that got moved over to the featured table. And seat one is Scott Vance from the Castleton Vets Club. He's coming in at 46,300 in chips. He started today with 30,000, so he's up 16-3. In seat two is Angela Walker from Last Chance Ranch out in the Kildare area. She runs a couple leagues. We very much appreciate her. She's got 27,200. She's down from her 40,000 starting stack. And I see they just put the graphic on there to make it easier, but I'll just keep reading it off. Kim Chandler from the Pit Stop Bar in Clifford, North Dakota, 11,900. Started with 20,000. So after all these levels, I believe we're on level 11, she's only down 100. Nick, I'm not going to be able to pronounce his last name, Chocolos. I hope I'm not butchering it too bad, from the Bismarck Ambets. He's your table leader with 136,500 in chips. He started today with 40,000. Seat 5 has been eliminated from a while ago, so we're playing 8-handed. Leroy Heyman, 64,600, also playing out of the Old 10 Saloon. He started today with 20,000. Seat 7, Dwayne Hansen from the Bismarck Ambets, 32,300. He started today with 40,000. Mark Johnson from the Old 10 Saloon, 44,100, and he started today with 30,000. Old 10 Saloon is in Buffalo, North Dakota. And Karen Hodney out of Grand Forks, playing out of Southgate. She's got 16,900 in seat 9, and she started today with 20,000. So now we can sit back and just watch some action. Ooh, neither player's going to like this flop. Well, never mind. Anges, she got that king. I'll try to do Chris Hansen and Brian Peck as much justice as I can, but I'm just winging it here, going solo. And this is my first ever broadcast on this, so we'll see how it goes. We're in it for the long run. Ange's going to take that hand down. For those who know me or have seen me at state championships, Might be about beer o'clock for this guy. Once again, the National Championship, January 4th through the 7th at the Golden Nugget Casino in the Grand Ballroom. There was one change to the schedule. The first flight on Thursday, January 4th, instead of being a 4 p.m., the qualifier number one, instead of being a 4 p.m., it is a 6 p.m. qualifier. That is because we just wanted to give people more time to get into town and everything. So that does not start till 6 p.m. There's a lot of flyers. The 4 should have been crossed off with the 6, but if not, just so you're aware, 6 p.m. with late entry, of course. Pocket twos. And it hits, though. Normally when I have them, guess what? I'm going up against overcards or a bigger pair. Kim's going to like this. For those of you that don't know, here at the state live stream or at nationals, if you got a friend on the table, it does you no good to text them like what anyone has because there is a 30-minute delay. That's the legal rules on that. So when you're seeing it, then you're seeing it 30 minutes behind. Funny story, last year at Nationals, we had a viewing party up at the suite, and there was probably about 15, 20 people sitting around watching the live stream, and one of the players just got knocked out on the final table, and we're all sitting there just kind of watching and chit-chatting, and all of a sudden he comes through the door, and we're like, hey, wait, no, you're over. Oh, that's right, we're on a delay. So kind of a funny story. Ooh, Dwayne picks up pocket aces here. He's been grinding all day. It took him, I think he said, about an hour, hour and a half before he even won his first hand. But when you start with this many chips, because we did a whole year worth of qualifying, it makes it a little bit easier to kind of take those bumps, especially early in the tournament. And just going to make the call here. Ange picks up the queen there. I'm kind of new to this new live stream thing too, so I'm not sure if Dwayne limped in with these aces trying to catch something, but the 5, 6, 7, 8 open-ended for Nick and a lot of chips could be a little dangerous, but so far so good right now for Dwayne. He's a 50% chance to win. To me, that's every hand. You have 50% chance to win and 50% chance to lose. Doesn't matter what cards you got. Dwayne re-raises by 10,000, just short of 10,000. Ange is also going to make the call. This ought to be interesting this turn. Uh-oh, there it is for Nick. Dwayne is not going to be happy. Dwayne, back in the day, probably about 10 years ago, won one of our $1,500 seats, I believe it was, back at the Bismarck Ambets. Yeah, it was. I can't remember where that one was hosted, but Dwayne has won money out of the league. He's a pretty solid player, but this is not looking good for him. Uh-oh, Ange is going all in too. Sometimes the chip leaders, when you get lucky, you get lucky. The big stacks keep getting bigger. dealer's getting it all sorted out. Looks like we're going to have to bring a couple new players to the table, so still about 5 tables left going, playing 9-handed. So maybe one of your poker buddies from the bar or friends or family is coming to sit down. Well, we have this little bit of time here. One thing I do want to emphasize, we just sent out a bunch of TOC checks and the medallion directly to everyone's mailbox at home. If your address was registered on our new site there, make sure your address is registered. It also asks you for your t-shirt size. Down the road, you might win a t-shirt. We know exactly what size to send you. But we were missing probably about 25 TOC people who did not have their address in there. So very important. We're trying to make you guys winning your medallions and money that gets sent directly to you, not to the bar. You don't have to go chase it down. Doesn't get lost in the mail, things like that. So if you haven't done so, even if you didn't win a TOC, you never know what might happen down the road. Make sure to go on to freepokernetwork.com and double check your account to make sure that you have your address and t-shirt size registered with us. That would be much appreciated. Looks like they're figuring out the new players and their chip counts since we lost Ange and Dwayne on that hand. So all this action is happening out in the casino area there. Myself, I am in a back little room all by myself, away from all the action. So I'm watching it on the screen just like you guys, but I'm seeing it in live time. You guys are seeing it 30 minutes later. But at Nationals, they always cut to the camera of Chris and Brian in there joking, laughing, having a co-host. I don't even have a camera here. But this is my first time, so this is my trial, so I got to do my best, I guess. If you're wondering what the dealer's shirt RPT stands for, that's the Rough Rider Poker Tour. They are doing the event here in conjunction with our state championship. The Rough Rider Poker Tour and the Dakota Poker Tour do a lot of commingled events and stuff throughout the year. They are currently having the largest North Dakota buy-in for the Rough Rider, or in history, they said. $1,000 buy-in started with 100,000 in chips. That started at 3 o'clock, so about an hour and 40 minutes ago. So that one's going to go late. We'll be done long before that. Looks like seat 2, Aaron Geis from Tailgaters. He runs the league there, sat down. He's played in the league since, probably its inception back in 2000. Gotta do my math here. Holy. 2006? No, 2008. 2007, I believe. It just started out as the Dakota Poker Tour. We had in Minnesota hadn't legalized it yet. We weren't in Nebraska or any other state. It was just one season. Aaron Geis, if I remember correctly, him and his wife Belinda have been playing in the league since then, and now he's hosting at Tailgaters. Super cool dude. We're also Snapchat friends. Speaking of which, I'm going to send him a Snapchat, see if I can see him pull his phone out. It looks like Scott Nick might get a little action here out of this hand. Away. Oh, no, that's just probably me on the. My production manager just told me I had to move the mic away a little bit. Apologize for any inconsistencies on that. Couple spades out there. Couple gut shots. King 10 gut shot. He's looking for Nick's jack. So far, no one's hit, though. Nick bet out. He's still leading the way with that ace high. Either player has a spade, but this is where it gets a little dicey. You just don't know. We know. They don't know. No help to either player. Only chance for Scott to win is to get Nick to fold. We check, so I don't see that happening. The worst part about being stuck in this little room all by myself is I don't have a cocktail waitress in here, or that comes around. Bob picks up pocket fives. Suited connectors, though, those are always fun to play. And people get mad because, like, oh, how could you play that? Oh, you never see it coming. Bob's going to go all in. Karen's going to get out of the way. Doesn't look like Leroy's hand got registered. So we'll just end it there. They'll come those pocket ducks again. Karen's going to let him go. I like that play. Because once again, you're either going against overs or a bigger pair. Unless you hit that too, what are you going to do with them? Live cards against live cards. The Jack 10, even though it was going in as the underdog. Hits it. Aaron's in the lead here. Only one spade for Kim.
And just so you guys know, in the Dream Chaser, we are running a $5,000 Player of the Series package. And there are a lot of
Well, that's going to be it. Aaron hits on the flop. Everyone gets out of the way. Of course, a couple players didn't really have much to go with.
Robert that's right behind him in second. Several players just a few points back. $5,000 for the Player of the Series. Dakota Juliana Poker Festival.
Kim picks up a couple suited, or not suited cards, face cards here. Nick the big stack, 216,000. He can kind of coast his way in the top 18, one would think. But sometimes it's just easier taking stuff into your own hands. Start knocking out the short stacks. Run that tournament over. Karen Hodney goes from pocket twos to big slick. Brian Peck just texted me how to pronounce Nick's last name and his best guess. He goes, Nick Choukalas. So that's why he's the expert in the pro. Because he probably would have checked in with Nick on how to pronounce it correctly. I did not do that. Whoops. But Brian did tell me that I'm doing great, so that's all that matters. I got one fan out there. Thank you, Mr. Peck. By the looks of it on the screen, it's already over. So Karen with her big slick hits it on the turn, takes that hand down. Right now, just so everyone knows, the plan is to well, Aaron got my Snapchat. He just doesn't know where to wave. I can tell because he took a picture of the floor, and if you can kind of see that funky floor, yeah, it's pretty identifiable. So I'm going to message him back. He doesn't know where to wave. I'm going to tell him straight ahead. And now I lost my train of thought. Squirrel. For those who don't know, I've been with the Free Poker Network for over 17 years. It's been quite a bit of a hoot, to say the least, going to a lot of these state championships, national championships, meeting all you guys. Made a lot of friends throughout the years. It's been a good time, and I can't wait to see everyone in Vegas again. That's going to be fun. You know how I like to party it up there. Be there running the registration booth, and you guys will go into the poker room and decide who's taking a part of that $100,000 and how much you're taking home with you. Oh, Aaron's looking at his phone. I saw a little smirk. Is he going to do it? He's laughing. Straight ahead, Aaron. Got to wave straight ahead. All the pressure. Not even in the hand. Nick, the big stack here, gets pocket kings. See if he can get any action out of it. Looks like he is able to. Scott might. Oh, ace duck, and he takes out kings. Ugh. That's a killer, but obviously Nick probably didn't raise too much. I don't know. I was so concerned about if Aaron's going to reply back and wave. Well, 7,500. Nick's either going to figure out that he found a dry ace, or is Scott going to lay it down thinking he's out-kicked? Well, he thought he was out-kicked. That's what happens when you play ace-2. And it also makes it a little bit more difficult when you know that you're going against the big stack who can eliminate you at any time. Aaron replied. He doesn't. He's not gonna. He doesn't want to do it because he's like, no one's gonna know, but they don't know that I'm running commentary, and everyone is now on pins and needles waiting to see if he waves. All right. Gotta say, I like this dealer. She does do a lot of action hands or whatever to kind of entice the betting, which is nice. Bob's got a pretty good lead on this. Nick, the big stack though, could come back though with a flush, but doesn't. That's not going to get there. Aaron's giggling again. I just informed him that like the whole viewing audience right now is waiting to see if you wave. Looks like he's in the small blind. He's concentrating on that.
FPN players, your blinds are up 700, 1400. 700, 1400 next hand.
Far enough away from the action where I don't get to see any of it, but I'm close enough where I can still hear the announcements. Next hand, blinds are going up. It's going to go to 7, 14, 14, I believe. Did not bring a blind schedule with me. Just got thrown into this. Just winging it here. Looks like there's some drama unfolding on the table. The dealer, which I don't know who it is, she works with the RPT. I did ask the production crew to find out her name so I can announce it, but she did ask me on break how strict you want me to be, and I said as strict as possible, just like all TDA rules, because you have to know the rules and play the proper action, because if you want to win a chunk of that $100,000 in Vegas this January, they're going to strictly enforce that as well, so no sloppy bets or things like that. I don't know if she called the floor over there or not, but I did find out the name from our production crew. Thank you, Goose. Jess is the dealer's name. She's getting everything straight. Lots of little cards here. Both playing the ace high. The 9 isn't going to play anymore, so, or yeah, possibly. Could still easily have a chop pot, though. Come on, Aaron, wave to us. Ooh, the ace 9. Karen Hodney out of Grand Forks. She's going to take that hand down, hitting that 9 on the river. But she was also in the lead as well. Aaron's wondering if there's any bets. He's debating whether to wave at us or not. Well, I'm in the back room by myself, so I don't know. Hopefully out there in Facebook land there is, and you guys can tell him that. It's not good when you have the big stack looking over to see how many chips you got. It's never a good feeling like, ah, crap, do I even make this call? Is he just going to put me all in? I don't know what Nick's got yet, but he's just going to check. All right, now he's in the lead with a jack high. What an easy game. Kim picks up some good outs with 2 hearts on the board. Possible flush. So far, no one's hit anything. Now Nick's got the 3. Just has to avoid those 11 outs you see on the top of the screen. He's going to take a shot. He's got the chips to do it. Kim's getting pretty short stacked, though. I don't know if she can risk the 2,400 here. Nope, she's going to let it go and try to fight another day. Oh, I think Aaron's messing with me. He said that he did it, and then the camera wasn't on him. You wouldn't know that. Man, that would really suck if he did do it, though. I replied to him that now the camera's on him and do it. Go, go, go. All right, just so everyone knows, the plan is that we are gonna play this, stream this till we get to the dinner break, which is gonna be about another hour 20 minutes from now. So once we hit dinner break, and that's gonna be an hour break for all the players, we are gonna stop the stream. I believe the plan is because we're gonna stream for RPT, but I'm not positive on that. I don't have any production notes. But anyway, the Dakota Poker League, Free Poker Network, North Dakota Championship stream will end as we hit dinner break, and this is just kind of a trial run for us to make sure we got all our T's crossed, I's dotted for Vegas to get ready for that, because we'll be streaming in a lot of those events, especially the Sunday $100,000 National Championship. That definitely will be, but I believe some of the other events will be live stream too, because we got to work out the kinks down there in Vegas before we get to the big day. Okay, I was just informed by Goose, our production crew there, that no, there is no RPT streaming for today. That will be for tomorrow. So tomorrow, if you're not a fan of Rough Rider Poker Tour on Facebook, go ahead and join them if you want to watch along. I know the nice thing is about these streamed events is that you don't have commercial interruptions like you do watching Poker Night in America or the World Poker Tour or things like that. So we're just doing the FPN today till we get dinner break. We're working out the kinks for tomorrow's RPT event. So that is the plan. Obviously, Goose can hear me. Hi, Goose. Aaron says he missed his chance. Maybe he missed my chance? Oh, well. We'll give it a rest for a little bit. We'll try to see if we can get him before dinner break so we can concentrate on some cards. I was just sitting here thinking, and when Brian Peck does these live stream events, he wears like an outrageous poker shirt, and I wasn't even given one. Scraping the bottom of the barrel. This is my trial run. All right, well, my cherry Coke is empty. I have to run to the bathroom. So you guys are going to be on your own watching this, but while I do that, keep an eye out on Aaron. I'm going to run behind him, and I'll make him wave to us. So I'll be right back. No commercial interruptions, just the commentators leaving. All right, I'm back, and if you guys got to see that magic happen, we got Aaron to wave, so that worked out just great. Bladder has been empty, not that you were too concerned, and I did pick up a beer since. Oh man, we're not even running right now. Oh no, just graphics are down right now, but I think you can still hear me. I hope so. Let me just check which production here. You know, it'd be cool is if we could go back to a replay of me going over and chatting with Aaron and waving. Can we do that? Is that possible? Can we get replays? Okay, I do got the lowdown that I am live and you can hear me. So anyway, as I was saying, everything's good to go. It's after 5 o'clock. So this part of the program is brought to you by Bush Light, head for the mountains. Bob Anderson, Pocket Kings, moves all in. It's like 38,300. Just a heads up, Goose, that graphic in the red pink there is kind of hard to read. And I also have bad eyesight too, so it could be just me. Kyler, Queen Jack, but he's short stacked at 13, so he's going to get out of the way. Yeah, the all-in, because it's like that pink red or whatever, so it's a little. Oh, I didn't know if you could change the color or not. Okay. Well, we're just going to have to live with it. Someone moves all in. It's going to be in that pink reddish. Just might be a little hard to read the amount. So we'll just guesstimate. We're all playing it by ear anyway, right? And I was just informed they can do replays, but they need more production. We're on kind of a limited crew here right now. We don't have the full capacity going like we will in Las Vegas, which makes it a little bit easier when we got more hands on deck. So that's okay. We can just always go back and rewatch it at any time, put it in the slow motion, make a little GIF about it. Who knows? If you're friends with me on Facebook, it might be my new Facebook profile soon. Oh, other things you couldn't see while I was out there running to the restroom. They did break another table, so they went from 5 tables to 4, all at 9-handed, so all tables are full, which means for those mathematicians out there, there is currently 36 players out there, and it's the top 18 that qualify for another stack, or their first stack if they haven't got it, out in Las Vegas at the National Championship. So right now they're halfway down the field. Half these people will get another stack or qualify if they haven't already, and the other half will not.
60 seconds, players. 60 seconds.
This is definitely going to help Leroy's stack at this juncture. Almost hit the royal flush, straight flush.
Seconds.
Ugh, that's a good tasting Busch Light, I'll tell you that.
All right, poker players in the Dream Chaser, welcome back from break. We're coming back to a small blind of 300, big blind 500, 500 big blind ante, Dream Chaser, shuffle up and deal. 300, 500, 500 big blind ante.
Earlier today, we lost a player. I'm not sure of the names or who. I just happened to be walking by. It was set over set that they both flopped. That was a tough way to go. Oh, I see a goose in the background on my camera 4, bottom right. For those of you who don't know, Goose works full-time in the office, one of our main techs and lead guy on all these camera stuff. He's worked for the Heartland Poker Tour in the past, and he knows his shit, let me tell you what. So you can see what his back and arm look like. So if you see him, say hi. He'll be in Vegas. Just got to recognize the arm. When I was told I was getting put back here in the booth, they asked the question. I'm like, well, am I doing color or am I the play-by-play? And I got informed I'm doing both. So here we are. Here we are.
Oh my gosh, we saw that guy in the bright neon yellow pants or green pants walking by on camera 3 just there recently. You should see the full outfit. It is outrageous. It is straight from the 90s, all neon windbreaker stuff. Today, the wind has not stood a chance against him. So I'm down at the cafe while I was eating supper. I saw him walk in and I just started chuckling. We should have him come in the camera just so the viewing audience can see. He's playing in the $1,000 buy-in tournament, so. And they just got back from break. Howdy. Yeah, no problem. Well, Bob flops the nuts. He's got a, well, even if it goes run around a club, he's got that covered too. How many chips can Bob induce on this now? I don't see Nick sticking around for too long. Bob's going to make a $1,400 bet. No, see, this is why I'm really good at watching poker. Not necessarily commenting on it, not necessarily playing it. Good at watching poker. Watched a lot of poker in my life. And one thing I can tell you for certain, though, Bob is going to win this hand because he's got that check mark. He's going to get Nick to call. Flopping the nizzles. Ooh, Jack 10. That's a fun one. Aaron beats him by Queen 10. I'll see your Jack 10, and I'll take Queen 10. Jack 10 fold? Must be short stack. I like that hand. Leroy walking into a big slick. There's no raises on this? What's going on out there? I'm just playing 2-card bingo. It looks like there had to have been a raise. Yeah, Aaron bet 2,200. Big Slick's obviously going to make the call, I would think. And the hand's over. Looks like Aaron's collecting chips. My waving buddy.
Looks like we got an all-in, A7. Getting short stacked. Doesn't look like a lot of chips. 10,400. Today's probably starting stack was probably about 30,000. Reason being this is free to play, we did ask all the players for a $10 donation for all the dealers because they're RPT's crew and they're professional dealers, so they know what they're doing. So that way they got paid out, because if you qualify in the top 18, you're not really winning any money. So how do you tip 0% or 15, 20% on $0? It's just another stack. So, but every single player donated the $10, and we started with 71 players today. So that goes all to the dealers and the staff, and very much appreciated. It does make the tournament move along a lot faster and a lot quicker. Sometimes, there's been plenty of times, I should say, that at a lot of state championships, we wish we had professional dealers for every state championship. That would be real handy, but yeah, they cost money. And just like when we get to Vegas and they have the Golden Nugget has their add-on for the dealers, because no one works for free, and especially not out in Las Vegas or at the Golden Nugget, but it goes to a good cause, their families, their income. It's right up here. You want it?
No, Mike.
Oh, it's by the laptop where Michelle was sitting. Yeah. Little side conversation there. I had a guest in my little room. I wonder where the second mic is. Because before I got onto the commentary, I was out there on the microphone announcing blinds, working every 30 minutes. Oh, my time to shine. Blinds up, 2-4, 2-4. Not a lot of people know this, but that deck that is used for these live stream events that goes with the table so we can see the whole cards is pretty thick. So props to any dealers that have had to deal with that deck, because it can, after a while, start wearing on your thumbs because it's thicker than your standard Copeg cards or paper cards, definitely paper cards. So when you start dealing that final table for a while, it can get a little ouchy on your thumbs. That's the medical term. I believe it is. Kim Chandler, she's this could be her all-in moment here with Queen 10. Yeah, there it is. Looks like everyone's folding around. Uh-oh, here comes Scott with Queen Jack. I don't know, he might have folded, though. The action is fast and furious. Anyone going to try to take out the short stack? No, Kim's going to double up or close to it. It's kind of lucky there that that Queen Jack didn't call. He could have been in a hurt bag and be walking away from the table right now. Well, that first Busch Light was so good, I think I'm going to have another one. So this next segment, once again, brought to you by Busch Light.
Well, we got 2 aces and a third one that was folded. Bob and Mark aren't going to, chances are they aren't going to see that 4th ace. Nope, because Kim's got it. Now we're going to come down to kickers and who can outplay who. And if you have ace 2, you're hoping for hearts here, obviously. All high cards, no one hits the board, only 1 heart. Bob's in a good position here. Just a min bet and a call. 4 ain't going to be any help. The only way for Mark to win here is to get Bob off his hand. Bob's got that check mark. And I believe he took it down. I believe that's Bob. Not 100% sure. They're not wearing name tags. Maybe it was. Who knows? Like I said, I'm in this back room all by myself. Okay, they're getting a little short stack. Pocket 4s. How does he want to play this one? Move all in, take the small big blind and the big blind ante. You're just going to get out of the way. Doesn't want to go out on a hope and a prayer on a 4. There's those pocket ducks again. My waving buddy Aaron likes those Queen 8 of spades there. See what can happen. There's been too many raises around the table, so at this point, you know, if you got something that you can work with, hell, give it a shot. Everyone else is just kind of folding. You can pick up a lot of chips, just raising, like min raising at this point, and those blinds and antes when they get up there. No help to ace 2. No help to Aaron either. Both chickadee check. No, now Aaron picks up the flush draw and a gut shot straight. According to the computer here, he's got 11 outs. And there it is. There's that flush. Now, how many chips can he try to extract? Is it going to be a min bet? It's a little more than that. Nick quickly, no, yeah, 4,300. Nick gets out of the way quickly. Sometimes don't wait for the cards to come to you. You got to go with the cards. Hey Goose, in between next hand, can we get like the graphic up of like everyone the players' chip counts? We'll see if he can make that happen. As you can notice, Jess, the dealer there, also has a headset on. I am not communicating with her. If I would, I'd tell her to get some more action hands going, but she is actually also communicating with the production crew in case a card isn't read or something happens. She can also give them updates of the production crew of fold and what the action is or how much the bets are. So that's what Jess is doing. She's talking to the production crew to keep this streaming going. And a little action here, so Jess must be listening to me somehow vicariously. I don't know. I don't even know if vicariously is the right word. Magically? Pocket threes against pocket nines. 9 squared. Well, looks like Leroy is going to get out of the way. And Bob's going to take it. So I was right. That is Bob there. Probably in the 7 seat. Yeah, it kind of looks that way. Looks like we're just limping in. 2-card bingo. Here we go. Gyler picks up open-ended straight draw. Nick's the only one that actually hit a part of this flop. Kyler goes all in on his 5-2. Is Nick going to make the call? It's 10,000, so it's only 1/18 of a stack, and he did pick up a pair on that. Just got to avoid Kyler's 6 outs. Sure. Oh, nice. At least you got someone to come visit you. I'm just sitting here by myself. Right on. Oh. For those inquiring minds, I had a guest visitor coming in to the little room I'm in to grab a chair for a friend. That's the update. I'm just telling the viewing audience. Oh, and I missed the action because I got a visitor and a squirrel. And no, they can't hear you. Unless you want, you can put like another headset if you want. Okay. Tried to get a color commentary and I do the play-by-play, but I was turned down. But we did lose Kyler that hand, so must not have got one of those outs that he was looking for.
I don't know if anyone caught that. Just the dealer there, she was using her left hand and wiggling it around. That goes back to that story I was telling you about how thick those cards are. Specialty cards. And they're not cheap a deck, let me tell you that. Table leader Nick just playing any two cards, pretty much every hand. But hey, if you got the chips to do it and you hit on it and you're knocking people out, keep it rolling. Sometimes those heaters can be a lot of fun. Gonna take down more chips. Hey, there's that graphic. So Nick started the table at 136.5 and he's rolled it up to 212. Short stack at the table. I didn't quite catch it. That's okay. Uh-oh, Nick's got that unfortunate problem where he's got so many chips. Michelle is chipping them up just so he has some extra room. Man, I hate it when that happens in poker. For those of you who don't know, or if you've never met her before, I know she was on a lot of trips with me in Nebraska and Minnesota, now North Dakota. On the lower left-hand screen, that's Michelle from the home office. And if you've never met her, chances are you probably talked to her on the phone. She just got her hair did this week. She wanted to be all pretty for the camera. There now, Nick's got some breathing room. If you see any yellow chips, those are 25,000. Black chips are 100, orange are 500, grays are 1,000, blue are 5,000, yellow's 25,000, and probably won't see it before we hit the dinner break, but if you see a red chip out there, that's 100,000 chip, 100K. That's for more later in the tournament down the final table. Scott Vance, no relation to Bob, is going to go all in with ace-queen. That was an office joke, too, by the way. Bob Vance, Vance Refrigeration. Looks like Nick's going to call with king-8. Because he hits everything. No help on the flop, though. Turn, there it is. Boom. Now he just has to avoid an ace. And he does. Scott Vance is going to get eliminated. Once again, no relation to Bob Vance. Nick's going to take out another player, gain more chips. Sometimes when the dealer picks up the deck and throws it in your face, it's hard not to play every hand.
So Kim Chandler from the pit stop in Clifford is the small stack with 4,000, two big blinds left. So he's going to have to pick up something. And unfortunately, if I'm reading the camera right, she's got Nick right to her left. So he'll call. Nick's got 51% of the chips in play on the table right now. Not in the tournament, just on the table. Oh, is this the time, Kim? Ace 2. She should probably ask for a chip count against Nick. Just to make sure he's got him covered. Got her covered. No, she's thinking about it. Hates the kicker, but I think if I'm reading the camera right, she will be the button, so she'll have another orbit yet to try to pick something else up. See, it looks like Kim's got chips, but they're all orange and black. Oh, is she in the big blind? Yeah, that's why last hand was a thinker, because now the big blind coming, so she does not have a full orbit. I can't really see where the dealer button is. Well, you know, Nick's playing this hand. Is he looking at me? Just kidding. He doesn't even know I'm back here. There it is. Kim moves all in. Jack 3. Then she's got 3 players behind her. Ugh. Looking back on it, maybe that ace 2 was the better play, but who am I to judge? I just watch poker. I'm no good at playing it. What are they saying, rounders? It's easy to knish. Just sit and judge. Don't have the stones to play. Something like that. It's been a long time since I watched that movie. Hey, sir. You get 2 more? You got it. Going to have possible side action here, so no one's going to show their cards to the table. Us here at home can see what's going on, though. Kim could quadruple up, though. She could quadruple up. Just a lot of stuff to avoid. Well, she hits the jack, so she's in the lead. And problem is they're going to go check, check. No one else really got a piece of this, so it's going to give them more time to catch up on the Turner River. Still nothing. Well, I'm going to check, check through this, I bet. Nick, though, has got the 2. He's got the flush draw. And the way Nick's rolling, I would not be surprised to see a heart come out here on the river. Holy cow, we missed one. Kim is going to win and quadruple up and stay in the tournament. Obviously, you can tell by that big smile, she's loving every moment of it. So far, I think she's the only one that's been able to defeat Nick. Ooh, Mark Johnson with big slick suited. Hey, look at that, a raise pre-flop. That's nice to see once in a while. Nick's got suited cards. He is the big blind. Ooh, big slick, pops a 2-pair. Nick way behind, needs a runner flush here. Thank you, sir. The bartender has to walk by my room, so I was able to flag him down. Because believe it or not, next segment is going to be brought to you by Busch Light. Head for the mountains of Busch beer. Well, that's 2 hands in a row Nick lost or folded. Maybe the heater's over. Still sitting over 200,000 in chips, and the vast majority of them on the table. So a couple small hands ain't going to hurt him by any means.
And once again, remember, we do have our $5,000 Player of the Series award this weekend for the player that wins, that earns the most amount of points. We'll get an extra $5,000. So we will crown that player tomorrow. Tomorrow is day 2 of the Dream Chaser, which will restart at 11 a.m. And then our Sunday $315 championship event will start at noon.
Ooh, could have a little fireworks here. Aaron's got King Jack, and Kim's got pocket 7s. Got an ace-2 suited, an ace-4 by Nick. He'll play. Ooh, and a new player coming in. Once they sit down, we'll see. Oh, it's Corey Skoog. Yep, I know him. Out of the Fargo area. He's been playing in the league just as long as Aaron. Maybe we'll try to get him to wave as well. I don't have him on Snapchat, so this one might be a little more difficult. Well, Nick's in the hand and an ace popped. I know there was another ace, I think. Aaron had King Jack, but I don't know if it got out ahead of time. I was so worried to see who was sitting down. We don't know what Leroy's got. Oh, he flopped 2-pair. Nobody with a spade. Oh, man, almost a royal flush. Who had that king of spades out there in that hand? That'd have been a sight to see. I believe that's 3 in a row for Nick that he's lost. As I mentioned earlier, this next segment brought to you by Busch Beer. Jess is getting a chip count so she can relay that to the production crew through her headset. Let me tell you, it is no small task to set up this whole production thing. It is all hands on deck and takes a good, I don't know, I have to ask Goose or Peck to verify, but at least 10 hours to get all the trussing up, everything wired for not only the announcers, but all the production crew, the dealers, the table. It is no small feat by any means, so you get to make it that feature table, take advantage of it. It's a lot of fun, but it's not something you can just set up in the office and throw some cards around. It's a full-on production. And since we don't have commercial breaks, we'll just run through some more bullet points. Once again, if you're just joining us, we're here at the North Dakota State Championship here in Devil's Lake at Spirit Lake Casino. We're down to about 30 players or so. Well, no, Corey just came in, so maybe they broke a table. Maybe we're down to 27. I don't know. I'm in a little back room all by myself. But anyway, the national championship, we're going to qualify the top 18 here. The top 4 getting travel money, so we're only playing to 4. All 18 of them will get either their first stack or multiple stack, or add on to their stack going in. The first qualifier flight is on Thursday, January 4th at the Golden Nugget in Las Vegas in the Grand Ballroom, not the poker room. I've had quite a few players go walk by the poker room. The poker room is not big enough to host this, so we are in the Grand Ballroom. If you have not played in a national championship, I highly recommend you come out. It's a lot of fun, and I'll be there. That's all that really matters. Oh, yeah, and there is $100,000 up for grabs. Whoever wins it, that's on them. We just have it out there. It's how you guys play to see who gets their pockets filled with some of that cash. So anyway, the first flight is on Thursday, January 4th. There's 2 flights on Friday, January 5th, 2 flights on Saturday, January 6th, and the Grand National Championship is on Sunday, January 7th, $100,000. It also includes $10,000 in mystery bonuses. Or bounties, not bonuses, mystery bounties. That's always fun. First place is going to pay out $25,000. I don't know about you, but who couldn't use $25,000? So another fun thing for all the flights, the 4th through the 6th, is that if you qualify, so the first flight is the buy-in's 110 plus 40 for the dealer fee, because like I said earlier, the dealers in Vegas, they are not working for free. So $150, but if you, the top 15% advance, if you make it through on the top 15%, you get your $150 back. So that's awesome. So then you're just free rolling the rest of the way, and you can qualify in as many as you want. The max stack going in is 40,000. That's the most you can have in by league champ, TOC, state tournament, scratch off, scratch drawings, all that kind of way. The max number of stacks you can have is 40,000. But while you're in Vegas, you can play all 5 qualifiers. If you were that lucky, I expect you to win Sunday's tournament. But if you would make it through all 5 qualifiers, you get additional $20,000 for each qualifier that you make it into, and your money back. So you could do that all for free, and you could possibly starting the day with $140,000 in chipsets Sunday. I doubt it, and I would put money against that happening to anyone, because if you're that lucky, Sunday probably won't go that well for you. But if you are rolling that hot, holy, what a heater and a story that would be to come back to tell all your friends at the bar. So the first flight, like I said, Thursday, January 4th, 1,500 in mystery bounties on that one. The second flight, qualifier number 2, 1,500 in mystery bounties. Also, that is a $200 tournament, but once again, you would win your $200 back and get, oh shoot, we got some action here. Corey Skoog just got there, pocket queens against Nick, ace king. So your classic coin flip, Corey's all in. Nick's got 1 spade. Corey's just got to avoid a king. Oh, now he's got to avoid a king, an ace, or a queen. The spades aren't going to help anymore. It's another jack. So Corey's got the diamond. So, yeah, look at that. 4 in a row, I think Nick has lost. He's, his heater's running out. His heater's running out. But, I mean, how do you not make that call with that many chips? You know, everyone makes that call, but that's going to knock Nick down. If that graphic is accurate to, nope, not quite. Oh, Corey's got 100. No, that's the pot, 134. Like I said, I'm learning as I go. Patience, people. As PA says, don't at me. Don't at me. This might take a little while for this, so I'll get back to it. So Friday, January 5th, 10 a.m., $200 buy-in, top 15%. Advance, you get your $200 back if you make it in the top 15, and 1,500 in mystery bounties on that one. And for each qualifier you make it through, you get $20,000 in the main tournament that Sunday. The next tournament on Friday is at 4 p.m. That is the Bar Championship. It's going to have a nice trophy there. That is a $200 buy-in as well. Same thing goes with the 10 a.m. where you get $200 back, top 15%. The Bar Championship is just to see who can represent their bar the best. So if you are coming and playing in that one, we highly recommend that you go to your local watering establishment where you play league at, either buy a shirt or see if you can get a shirt, because whoever wins that, we want to make sure that they're outfitted in their bar's logo, their bar's name, because they're going to be the first ever bar champion. So make sure to, if you're planning on coming to Vegas and playing in that tournament, you stop by at your local bar and you buy a t-shirt from them. Now, Saturday, January 6th, 10 a.m. is the Mega, where it's a top 25% advance. That one is a $200 buy-in, and you get a $20,000 in chips into the main event. If you make it through it, you're $200 back, and it's a top 25%. That's always a very popular one. And then the last one, the last qualifying event, is a tag team tournament. That is $200 per team, so $100 a player. You get $20,000 into the main event if you qualify through that. Doesn't show on this flyer, though, what percentage advances, so we'll have that for you when we're down there in Vegas. But both you and your partner qualify, and you also, in the winner of the tournament, will get a tag team belt. That's always fun, because who doesn't like to walk around like a WWF wrestler? So it's a $200 per team, and you get $200 back, and you both qualify, so you both get your $100 back. And yeah, and then obviously Sunday is the big one. I believe we're starting that at 10 a.m. Where we're going to give away $100,000. That's a lot of money. First place, $25,000. So hope to see you all in Vegas. That's the rundown of that, January 4th through the 7th again. So there's your deets. I don't know who's sitting in the 5 seat, but he's got his shades and his glasses on. Kind of reminds me of me and my bad peepers. Looks like Karen from Southgate's getting a little short stacked. Looks like she's hovering around about 21,000. Fun story about Karen Hodney. I actually went to college with her son, Brandon. We had some pretty fun parties. He's a hoot. Karen can't hear me, so she doesn't know that, so it's okay. We'll just keep some stuff to ourselves. Tom Parkman, he must be the 1 in the 5's chair. Pocket jacks? No. Yep, that's who that is. So he's in the 5 chair, picks up pocket jacks. Takes down the blinds and big blind ante. Well, we probably only got about 10, 15 minutes left of me and this live stream. Because then we're going to be getting close to dinner break. And then we're going to end it. Like I said earlier, this is just kind of a test run for tomorrow and another test run getting ready for Vegas. in January. If Brian Peck's still out there listening, I'm coming for your job. Just kidding. Unless anyone out there wants to start a petition to have Steve be with Chris Hansen, and do the broadcast down in Vegas. Or maybe, just like on Monday Night Football, we have a three-way team. You got Al, Frank, and Dan, the good old days on Monday Night Football. You have three-person commentators. Maybe we could have Michelle Tafoya on the sidelines, too. I always thought it'd be fun to have, as soon as someone gets knocked out of a tournament, to have someone right there with a microphone just asking them questions like, what did you see? What were you possibly thinking there? Like you knew you had to be going up against overs. Get their initial reaction on the sideline. That'd be fun. Bob here's got a pretty good chance of winning this with his flush draw. Aaron's got two pair. I don't see Corey sticking around too long. Kim's got open-ended, but she's short stack. How much does she want to risk? Yeah, she gets out of the way. I don't think Leroy's going to be around long. Not in the tournament, just this hand. Let me just clarify. No help on the turn there. Aaron's still in the lead. Just has to avoid one of those last 5 diamonds. He does. 15,000 it looks like on the bet. Yep, Bob misses. He gets out of the way. Aaron takes down that pot. So anyway, I'm really liking this idea. I'm just thinking of like the old Monday Night Football broadcast, where they had, we got Al, Frank, and Dan. We're going to get this thing started. Or get this party started. We got Chris, Steve, and Peck. I think we should make it happen. Let's get the petition going. Maybe it's the Busch Light talking. I don't know. Or maybe I've been doing so well at this broadcast, doing both color and play-by-play, I'm just going to do it all in Vegas. No, I couldn't do that to those guys. I'm not starting my own band just quite yet. Oh, is Kim going all in? Hopefully she announced it, or that was one heck of a string all in. Yeah, she's all in. Pocket queens. It'll be interesting to see if Nick makes his call now that he's lost about 75,000 in the last 20 minutes. He does have ace suited. He's been on a cold streak, but he's still remembering all the hands he won. I don't know if anyone asked for a count here from Jess or... Nick must have. He's going to make the call. Oh, it doesn't look like that was much for him. 7,000? Yeah. Of course he makes that call. Well, Kim's got a pretty good lead on this, but let's see how Nick is running. He's been running cold. Can he turn it around? Kim did beat him earlier. Ooh, ace, king, queen. So Kim's in a major lead right now. Basically, Nick needs running spades or a possible chop. A 10 will chop it. Nope, not going to happen. Twice now, Kim has doubled through Nick. Once again, not costing Nick that much. But he does have an open vein right now. He's bleeding on the table a little bit. Kim looks pretty happy there. All right, I just asked Goose and the production team there how much time we got left until break, and it's about 15 minutes, so 15 minutes, and then we're going to end the live stream. It's been a pleasure hanging out with all ya. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Remember to sign that petition to get the 3-man booth going for Vegas. I mean, by that time, we're running the live stream. The registration's closed, so I don't need to be out there. Ooh, Kim's going to move all in. Oh, she's got queen 5. I don't know if she's going to get a caller now that she's getting up there in chips on 15,000. No one else really hit anything, so doesn't make too much sense. Of course, with 2 spades out there, I'm sure she didn't want to take any chances. Someone's sitting there just checking through, trying to get caught back up, but you don't know what the other player's got, so you just got to anticipate the worst sometimes. Oh, man, I just thought of something. There's 2 headsets in here. I don't know if there's 3, though. Goose, you're going to have to text me. Could we even make a 3-person team happen? I'll wait to hear the answer on that. Leroy seems to be getting a little agitated. Not getting any cards. I'll just min call in here. Kim's heating up. Play another hand. Went from being almost eliminated with like 6,000, something like that, to 22,000. Came into the table with 11,900. So she's almost doubled that. Mark's got a pretty good chance at this one. Kim doesn't know it, but she's getting aggressive. Pocket ducks. Yep. Of course, it was just no one raised, so just see a hand. Nick can afford to do that. Mark's going to make Kim's call. Another 8 on the board. Let's see if Kim pumps the brakes here a little bit. Or is she going to fire another bullet? She bets 5,000. It's 1/5 of Mark's stack. He's going to make the call. He ain't buying it. Now he's got 2 pair, 3 pair. That only wins in Glendon sometimes. Boy, do I got a story about that. Oh. So the story goes, I'm out in Glendon at the Hill Lounge, and we were just playing like a little throw the cards around, like $5 fun tournament kind of thing, and I had 3 pair just like Mark did there, but the other person hit trips, something like that, or I'm like, oh, I just got 3 pair, and I lay it down and just waiting for them to take the chips, take the chips, take the chips. I get up, I go to the bathroom, come back, they're on the next hand, and all the chips are in front of me. I'm like, well, what the heck? Apparently in Glendon, 3 pair can win. 3 pair can win. Beats trips. Of course, that was many, 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 many of moons ago, before the league was like really as big as it was now. So not everyone had a big idea what was going on, and still makes me laugh though.
Bob with his ace king bet 2,000. Mark made the call, 7 on the turn. Uh-oh, we don't even need the river. Mark's already got that check mark. Mark's already won. Bob, fold. Fold, Bob. Oh, Mark's trying to sucker him in. Just bets 2,000. Just like, come on, just 2,000. He gets them. Little does he know, Mark's got the check mark. See if he can get another 2,000 out of him. Oh, he bet big. Yeah, Bob was ready to get out of the way of that one. I think maybe he could got a 2,000 bet on him. Well, FPN land, this last segment, believe it or not, brought to you by Busch Beer. Head for the mountains. Got about 5 minutes left here till we hit the dinner break. Once again, the stream will end there. Said earlier, it's just a run at it to get ready for Vegas. Who can make the final table? Who can get their chunk of the $100,000 that we're giving away that Sunday, January 7th? $25,000 to first place. In case you didn't catch it, whoever does win that, after you get your cash, I drink Busch Light. Got to help the sponsors, you know. Well, I guess you guys aren't done with me yet. Sounds like we're going to come back after dinner break and keep the stream going, so. Going to get more of me. Kim picks up another pot. All right, this is our last hand before dinner break, so we won't be back for another hour. Dinner break is 1 hour from now. Once again, another plug. We're all playing for the National Championship, January 4th through the 7th at the Golden Nugget Casino. You can see me in person. Once again, I'm Steve Priest. Been working with the league for over 17 years. Seen a lot of poker in my day, a lot of poker. I'm going to go see some more in January. January 4th through the 7th at the Golden Nugget Casino. Be there or just be there. The Knights are in town. Any hockey fans out there for a couple games over that time period. Dell has residency at Caesars, but she is off due to Christmas break. Super disappointing, but tickets are super expensive. Not unless you win that first place $25,000. You can buy probably 25 tickets. All right, we're on dinner break, so I'm going to end it here. We'll see you back after dinner break in 1 hour.